Hello my friends, I'm Jihondo. Welcome back to our Let's Play of Aurora Season 2. This is Episode 10. We're picking up right where we left off at the end of Episode 9. We had just popped open the Gliese, or what is this one? Gliese 667 and found aliens therein. Oops, let me go back to that. There we go. So I've queued up orders for both of these scouts to basically get out of the sector. It's not as big a deal for the commercial one because they don't generally mind commercial ships floating around, but I'd rather just not even risk it. But the military scanner definitely has to go because any military ship will definitely upset them. The only other thing I'd done just before I started recording is because I cannot currently create a diplomacy team because I don't have enough actual diplomats, I have queued up Earth to build another military academy. Obviously, it'll take a few months to build and then however long to actually produce diplomats. But either way, as long as I'm able to get the ships from here out quick enough, whatever relation we end up at, they'll just stay at, so it'll be okay. No, that's the guys we know and like. And that's with these things here, whatever those are. So right now we're at negative 22, which is still okay for neutral. I think it's negative 100, if I remember correctly, before they just go hostile. And at that point, I'll never get anywhere with them. But anyway, the most important first step, of course, is getting out of this sector. And that's what we're going to try to do right now. And hopefully, we're able to do that without getting them too upset. Okay, so the okay, good. The military ship is the one that just arrived, so it'll have no trouble getting out of here. It's just going to be the commercial scanner that's definitely going to be caught because it's a lot slower than they are. Having said that, like I said though, it is a commercial ship, so they might not care so much. That's my hope anyway. That they may just let it go because they'll think, oh, it's just a freighter, who cares? That's my hope. But we shall have to wait and see. Alright. Okay, so the military ship is out. And they are certainly not immediately chasing me. Or at least they're not firing on me, which is just as good. And if they are chasing me, they're doing so from a distance, or I'd be able to see them. Okay, so I think I might be okay here. Might just be okay. Yeah, okay. Does not look like they're chasing me. And relations are still at negative 22, which aren't good, but they are at least still neutral, so I think we have got away with one. Cool. Okay. Okay, so I think what I'll probably do is I'll just send both these ships back to Earth to refuel. Either Earth or Alpha Centauri, because I think that's where I've got both of my current... In fact, I think I might have all 4 gas pumps going at the same... I should check that. Because I know I have not scrapped the old ones yet. Which is probably good, because they have almost no fuel on them. So apparently Vega isn't all that great. But I guess I could just leave them there. They'll just keep feeding fuel to Vega, but I'll probably just get rid of them. But the Gia and the George Bush are both, as far as I know, in Alpha Centauri. Yeah, okay, that's what I did. I have the George Bush going to join the Gia at Alpha Centauri 5. Okay, that'll be fine. But I think what we will do is we will send both of the scanners back to Earth to refuel. They're not terribly low, but at least then I know for sure they're starting out. In fact, yeah, they're going to Alpha Centauri, so we'll just have them fuel from the Gia. It's more a case so I know where they are is really more important than anything. You. There we go. So once you have gotten out, start heading towards Earth, but again I'll remove the last 2 bits and have you instead meet up with the Gia to refuel. Beautiful. So the real action now, I guess, will occur at Alpha Centauri. If you can really call it action, but anyway. Okay. So what I guess I'll have to do is just every once in a while check on Earth to see if I can build a diplomacy team, because officers come and go regularly. And if it comes right down to it, once that extra military academy is built... Okay, what are you upset about? Interesting. It's quite upset about something. Anyway, once that academy is built, then that'll drastically improve the chances of actually getting a diplomat. Maybe you were trying to do that incredible math to figure out just how angry those guys are. They should talk to the crew of the gas pump, talk about angry. Or the asteroid miners, for that matter. They were told they were going for 3 months. They've been out there for years and years and years. Like 50 years, I think. Something crazy like that. No, not quite 50. I've only been playing for... Well, no. I've been playing for 250. It could be about 50 years by now. Anyway, they should not be complaining, is the short answer. So. But anyway. Once we get these guys back, get them fueled up, we'll go pop open some other sector and see how we're doing, and hopefully not run into yet another group of aliens that want to be talked to, because I can't even do 1 Diplo team, let alone 2. I forgot just how slow the gas pumps were. Well, it doesn't help. The actual turns themselves are getting a bit slow, so I guess that makes sense. It wouldn't feel so bad if the days were popping around, but at this point they are definitely not doing that. Well, there's one of the scouts, the faster one. The grav scanner, the military one, which flies 8 times the speed of the gas pump, so no surprise it's found its way all the way over here, no problem. Okay, so I want you just to hang out there for now. And then once the commercial one is back as well, we'll send them both out to wherever one is next. Alright, one more day and the George Bush and the Gia can form into a single group, which will be helpful. There we go. So now I have just the Gia group. I have a few more days to mine before the commercial probe gets here, because it moves at I think 6,000. So it should probably take about 5 or 6 more days, I'm thinking, to get over here, but that's purely a guess. I refuse to do that math in my head. I don't feel that brave today. but that's fine. I guess I really do need to concretely decide what I'm doing about the combat vessels. Because I'm torn whether I want to just build a bunch of 100Ks with their own jump drives, or bite the bullet, build a jump gate, and like have an actual jump gate builder in a 500K combat vessel. Or go really crazy and have a 500K combat vessel that has its own built-in jump gate builder. That's very, very weird, but I guess that would work. The actual jump gate builder, I think, takes up 50,000? Something like that. At that point, it'd be kind of like its own, basically a combat center. Weird. But it does seem like something I might do, because, well, I am a strange fellow. That is for sure. I just learned some more about some of our friend aliens by having my little probe sitting there. That's cool. That's cool. So far from relevant, I can't even see the vapor trail, but cool anyway. Okay, little commercial scout, you should be showing up pretty soon. For my patience is running low, and that's not a good sign for you. Yes, no, maybe. Okay, I know you're a lot slower than the other scout, but I don't think you were that much slower. Well, granted, it also was a lot further from the gate, so I guess I lost a few days just getting to the gate. So I guess, yeah, I guess it makes sense. Still, pretty brutal. And I still have never figured out why it thinks stopping to bring up that other window for a second helps. I have no idea why it thinks that's helpful. Using up more resource for something that doesn't do anything. Anyway. Wow. Okay, where is this thing? There it goes. Okay. I guess it finally figured out I was getting fed up with it. And I thought, maybe I better actually show up. So it should be, what, 2 days to cross that, looks like? It's hard to tell for sure, because I don't know... Okay, yeah. I was going to say, because I know that little tail there was nowhere near a full day's travel, but I didn't know how little of it was, but looks like my guess wasn't bad. So that should arrive tomorrow. Get all fueled up. I can equalize between Gia and George, so that they can both be mining nicely. Okay, there we go. Alright. Now these old crummy ones. Okay, they seem to be running out of fuel, not gaining fuel. Is there no fuel at Vega 1? No, there's definitely fuel there. Am I losing my mind, or did they just drop off? Oh no, they would have had 10% fuel. Okie dokie. They definitely didn't drop off. So why are they running out of fuel while mining? Oh, that's why my freighter that's hauling mines is refueling from them instead of refueling on the planet. That's why, and it's going fast enough back and forth. Yeah, that's why. Okay, that makes sense. That's totally fine. So it's refueling from them, and thus it looks to me like they're running out of fuel, but it's really a case that it's being absorbed by my freighter, that it's hauling all those auto mines from Earth down to Vega. Gotcha. Okay. Speaking of, how many have we got left to do here? Quite a few more trips. Okay. And it looks like I'm taking them away faster than they're digging through what's left, so yeah, it's alright. If it comes down to it, I'll build like 1 or 2 auto mines just to grind there for a few thousand years just to finish it off, but it's really not critical. Okay. Having done all that, let us decide where we're going next, and I think it's probably just going to go right out to here. Or here, I guess it wouldn't make a huge difference. Okay. So Gliese to Wise. Gliese to Wise. To either of these. Nope, not Salu 10, it was the Lakai. Was it not? Oh, then to Gliese and then to wherever. Okay. And then I guess I should send the other one just most of the way, but not in, because it's the military one. So Gliese, Wise, Lakai, Gliese. And then just move to it, but don't actually go through it. Perfect. Okay. Wow. Maybe it's time to... Yes, to hide the names, because I don't really care about the names of all their ships. So we're going to be popping through, and then going over to this one that's way out there, so I can't really get the... Unless I just do that, I guess. Not ideal, but it'll do. Anyway, let's start heading generally in that direction. So we'll obviously see the military one arrive first, and then however many days that took, double that, and then we'll see the other one. Okay. We can do that. And I probably don't want this contact list as the active window, because it's going to try and refresh that every tick. So let's try and get off to something else. If we can. Of course, we spend all our time in not responding land, so it's kind of hard to actually make that happen, but anyway. Okay, so you're here. Let's just have you sit there quietly until the other one arrives. And it looks like they've already built the gate for it, so it may very well be already plundered. Who knows? Actually, it's not necessarily that they built it. If there's aliens on their side, they could have built it, but either way. Either way. Okay, we just got a new officer. What's the chances you're a diplomat? Really don't like how it keeps dropping and not responding. Really don't like that. Alright, well there's our other scout anyway. So if it comes right down to it, when it jumps through that will stop. Because I don't have it set to do the surveys yet, so it'll jump through and say, okay, now what do I do? So I'll definitely get a stop there. Here at Delta Pavonis. Okay, no visible sign of anyone that we know of. Okay, let me take a quick look and see if I can Diplo team yet. Nope, still only 4, so that new person, whoever they were, is not a diplomat. Okay. Fair play. No idea what's actually in it yet, so we'll just leave myself a note for it. And let's check out minerals. Trying to idea, see if this helps by going on a smaller increment. I don't know if it will or not. Probably actually won't, but anyway. Yeah, it's still pretty sluggish. Yes, I realize you're not responding. That's kind of obvious to me. But thank you, though. Thank you for your kind concern and words and all that. Silly thing. Anyway. Alright. So far, still nothing. Let's just go back up to the 1 day. It's only slightly longer delay, and we get a lot more done. Clearly, the 1 hour idea is not going to fly. Not going to work. Which is a shame. See, I don't mind running on a low increment if it actually, kept up that increment at a reasonable clip, but I guess we're long past the point of the game where that's a thing. Oh well. love to see an officer update that says, hey, we notice you have few diplomats. Here's 12. Not going to happen, but would be pretty nice. That would certainly be nice. Now, I see Lagrange points here, so there's definitely super Jovians. Hopefully with Sorium, that would be nice. But so far, we're not looking so good on the minerals if we've only found one thing so far. But it's still early in the search, so we'll let it go. Apparently there's at least 24 moons on this planet. Yikes. That's great that you're a better trainer. How about you become a diplomat? Well, I think it said the end of August it was going to be done that academy, so theoretically we should start getting, after that, a bunch of officers join. I don't even care if it's a lousy diplomat. I just basically need a warm body to count as person number 5. I don't care how crap they are, they just need to start. But I was buzzing around a bit, and I think I figured out why I had so much more success this time talking to those aliens than in the previous season. If it will let me bring this up without puking too hard. We'll see if it will or not. Because I noticed something about our race this time that's different than it was last time. I mean, a lot of the numbers are randomized, but this one specifically was different. Over here on the right, you see you have a translation skill of 8. And I looked back through the last video, and it was either -6 or -7. So, like, obviously, it's a huge difference. And no wonder we were constantly struggling just to talk to any aliens, whereas this time, it was pretty easy. I mean, obviously, 8's not a huge number, but the fact is it's positive, which means it's easier as opposed to being -7, where it's, you know, a challenge just to even get to even, right? So. But anyway. So be it. I'm pretty sure I clicked on close. And I'm also pretty sure you don't care. Good. Good. Good times. Well, one of those moons had something. Still a lot of scans to go, but not a whole lot of value just yet. Not much on the value front. Okay, you're upset about something again. I have no idea what. Okay, you're a better fleet movement initiative. That's great. Do you know how to talk to aliens? That's the only thing I actually care about right now. I guess it also could be because, and I've already closed the screen now, but one of the things you are actually allowed to change on your race, whether you're in, even if you're not in Space Master, is the training type. It's a number from 1 to 5, whereas 1 is basically bash out as many people as you can, and 5 is keep them as long as you can, so you don't get anywhere near as many crew, but they're, well, much better trained. I think that may impact the number of officers you get as well, I think. So maybe I should actually put it back down to a lower number.
Devil, you're in the way.
But anyway. Once with that other academy is built, that should help anyway, because that'll double what we've got. I think. Or was I already at 2? Maybe it'll add 50. I think it went from 2 to 3. Either way, we'll have more, and that's good. Yeah, there's the jump point. Anyway, now that that's paused, I can bring this up properly. Yeah, it's this thing here, the training level. Actually, that might just be for the crewmen. That may not even affect the number of officers. No wonder I'm allowed to change it then. It doesn't really do much. Anyway. No matter. We shall continue the hunt. We will keep looking and see what we can find. What you doing, devil?
He's being a pain in the freaking ass.
I see. I see.
So is the stupid Netflix.
I see.
Well, I can hear the TV,
Yes.
the Food Network channel,
Right.
while the Blu-ray's on.
Cool. That's cool. Or something. I don't know. I have no idea. I'll fix that when I'm done recording. I have no idea. But I'll fight with it, don't worry about it.
Can't seem to get this to let me, like, search this person.
I don't know. Oh, now we're finding some stuff. Couple of comments, but still, stuff. Stuff is good. I like stuff. Stuff is good. Okay, you got better, you got better, you got better. I see nothing about diplomacy though, so I don't care. Right. But that new military academy should be done soon. I think it said August 30th, if I remember right. And that'll be a good time to check if I've happened to have gotten a diplomat that I didn't see. because it is possible I missed a message. It happens from time to time. As anyone who's watched my OpenTTD series knows, I miss messages quite a lot. So. But anyway. There it goes. Okay, so that military academy is done. So we'll now be getting 15 people per year. Okay, so we have not got a new person yet, but we will get more of them soon. Okay. So for now, we just have to keep basically just waiting until we get more people. In the meantime, let's have a boo at this. Oh, not bad for a comet. It's a lot of neutronium. It's tough to get, but that's a lot. Oh, that's fantastic. Again, kind of tough to get, but... Okay. It's not bad. Okay, I can definitely see myself mining this sector at some point. That's a thing that will happen eventually. It looks like they've actually already built the gate through that one that I just found, that unexplored one. So clearly they've already been hunting through here. Which is probably why I'm not finding any aliens or anything, because they probably have already blasted them away. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. What are you upset about? Yeah, they're doing something with a wreck. Somewhere. Which definitely means they fought something somewhere and blew it up and salvaged it. And then I get thrown a whole bunch of errors. Anyway. So I guess with all these being lost, that means they're flying away to go hunt. And then I just found a very good thorium place here. That'll do. That will do nicely. That will definitely do nicely. And we clearly still have a lot of scanning to do, so we may not even be done yet, which will also be awesome. Okie dokie. Yeah, there's a lot of ships leaving my line of sight, so they may be actually going to a battle now. And if so, we're going to start going to 5-second increments, and that is going to suck. Because they take almost as long as it's doing now for the 5-day, but it only advances seconds. It's not fun. It is definitely not fun when it does that. And if I'm not terribly mistaken, it might be doing that right now, actually. 7 September, 6:42. See if the clock jumps. Yeah, it only jumped a minute, so we're in some number of seconds. There's a war going on somewhere. Which means everything we do will crawl until it's resolved, even though we can't see it. That's one thing I don't like about this game, which I otherwise really do enjoy, is it needs some kind of auto-resolve for combats that are outside the player's scope of... Like, it's in some sector I've never been to. I obviously have no way of watching it. So just, figure out how long it's going to take, and, after that, if that much time goes by without the player going to that sector, just auto-resolve. Can't be that hard to code. Every other game on the planet that has aliens in it does it. So, anyway, just my little whine for the moment. That's fine. And it's a shame too, because if I even knew what sector it was in, I could start getting my salvager on the way to it, and maybe I could get some of that salvage instead of them getting all of it, but I have absolutely no idea where it is. It clearly isn't through this gate I'm looking at here, as even though I don't have a lot of active sensors on, I'm near enough that even passive sensors would have seen their ships go by. So I know it's not here, but I have no idea where. It's really quite annoying. And the weirder part is, even if you go into Space Master mode and look at the Space Master logs, it still doesn't even tell you where it is. Because that's what I wanted to do before, is at least get an idea of where it was. So I could at least, if I could watch it even nominally, I might know when it was about to be done. But it won't tell you. So you just kind of have to wait it out. So that is what we are doing. We are waiting it out. Yeah. What, buddy? What's up, devil? What you screaming at? Hmm. I see.
And I found the movie I really wanted to watch for the last month and a half. Only problem is, when I start watching it, all I hear is the Food Network.
I'll just leave it paused for a few more minutes. Then you can watch it, and all will be well.
Well, I don't even know if that's true though, because it's on the Blu-ray, and even if I take the headphones off.
Now, what I mean by that is when I'm done taping this, I will make it work. Whether that works immediately or if I have to fight with it, I will make sure it works for you, okay? So just either watch Food Network or something, or just read or something. I will figure it out in a little bit. Yeah, this is a bit brutal. Well, the date jumped, so their war must be, or their battle anyway, must be over. Because it did at least jump a 5-day increment there finally.
Daddy, stop.
Yeah, good boy, come here. That's a boy. Let's stay here and be nice and quiet, okay? It's a good boy. You like Smokey. He's being a very good boy, nice and quiet. Closer to asleep than awake, but either way, being nice and quiet. You can do it too. can do it too. Good boy. Well, it jumped 2 days there, so it looks like they're probably re-engaging now. Because that happens a lot too. They'll have a major skirmish, back off for a day or two, then just go right back at it. Probably when the first battle is probably the fast ships hitting each other, and then the slightly slower ones catching up and having their turn. That's why I only ever use one type of ship at a time, for the most part, especially for battleships. In fact, I try to just have one actual ship, not even one type. Which, now that I'm thinking about it, really does tell me I'm going to do a 500k version of the battleship, but not the 100k version. I may very well put a jump gate builder on it, and I may not bother. But the actual warship itself will definitely be a 500. And I will show that to you next time, because I'm not going to do that right now. The game is crawling enough as it is. But I'll do that off camera later. And that will be fine. Okay, well, we jumped ahead 5 days again, so I guess we're okay. Well, it's just being a pretty brutal process doing it. Yeah, lots of stuff here. This will definitely be a mining sector, there's no question of that. It's just a case of when I get to it. Because I've also found a lot of other mineable sectors, and I don't have a whole lot going on in terms of mining. Probably should fix that, but anyway. Speaking of, my current mining fleet should be just about done. I've just got a new naval officer, a terraformer. Well, let's see if she's also a diplomat. That would be nice. I'd like to at least get that process started, because it does take quite a while. And I guess I have to hope that my current buddies aren't the ones fighting these other guys. Or at some point I'll have to make a choice between them. And that could be a problem. Kitten, why are you biting me, sir? Why did you bite my toe? Jerk. Anyway. Can't help but notice it didn't take off the auto turns like I asked it to, which is also nice of it. Why did you try to bite my other toe? Stop it! Stop. You're being a naughty kitty. Come here. Buddy. Stay over here. Really like it to kick off the auto turns if it could. That would be really delightful. It's jumping about a day at a time, it looks like, so there may be something happening. Or it might be doing that really irritating thing it was doing before, where it would say the time increments drop to a day due to potential fleet interceptions. Meaning they're not actually fighting, but they're close enough to each other that they could fight. And therefore you must let them, have this lower increment just in case. Very annoying. Especially when it alternates between that and actual fighting. And it does that for years. It was a very, very long time. Anyway. I'd really like you to click off the auto turn, sir. I'm not gonna lie. Not real impressed right now. Well, this is taking extra long for this tick, so either it is actually doing the full 5-day again, or there's actually some serious combat happening and all that waiting will be for about 20 seconds. I'm not sure which one I'd rather see at this point. But whichever one actually involves something, anything happening, where I can actually click on something and have some impact. That would be nice. Please. A little. Something. Anything. This is the kind of turn length you'd expect when you're first popping open a new sector that has an alien population in it, which we're not doing right now. So either one of the other aliens is, in which case there'll probably just be more wars, or the game has completely lost it and absolutely nothing is happening, which is also quite possible. But this is definitely pretty brutal. And I cannot say as I'm impressed. Wow. Just wow. Okay, well, here's what we're going to do. I know we're a little bit light time-wise, but nothing's moving. So I think I'm going to end the episode here, kill the process off, and then see if I can get to actually cooperate. What I will do between this episode and the next, I'm going to design my 500k fighter, so I can show you guys that. I'll also finish the scouting here in Delta Pavanas, but that's as far as I'll go. If I'm able to, I'll also get a Diplo team going, although that's separate, and you've seen that process. I'll show you if I manage to do that, but that actual process you've seen, so it's no big deal. But I think that's pretty much all I can do right now, because clearly the game is not even trying anymore, so I'm going to say thank you to everyone for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.